Persistent high winds actually caused officials at Presque Isle State Park to close the park to visitors.
They made the decision during the lunch hour after a number of branches and trees had fallen in the gusty winds. Our Lisa Adams visited Presque Isle earlier today, just before the decision to close. Lisa, what are the concerns?
Well, good evening, Mike and Eva. I have seen far worse damage at Presque Isle State Park in years past, but I can say the wind gusts were very strong out there today, and with so many tall and older trees at the park, you never know when or where one might fall. Out of concern for visitor safety, park officials did decide to keep the park closed through this evening. November winds were whipping at Presque Isle State Park, churning up the water and causing some trees and branches to come tumbling down mid-morning. This tree landing on the all-purpose trail, just one example.
We just started in the last couple hours having some trees come down, branches, small debris on the roadway.
As the wind persisted, the small debris got bigger. We heard a loud crack when this tree fell across the outbound road near Beach 6. And drivers had just room to navigate around it. And soon park crews arrived and worked to cut up the tree trunk and branches and clear them from the roadway. On days like this, as always, drivers need to stick to the speed limit and watch out for crews.
Watch out for barricades. We may have workers out clearing off treeways. Please respect the barricades, use the detours, and let them have a safe work environment.
Out of concern for visitor safety, though, and with high wind projected to continue, by noontime the park was closed. We spotted a little standing water in the parking lot at Beach 6, but the impact of this windy weather is nothing like storms we reported on back in 2019-2020, when the park was dealing with Lake Erie water levels well over a foot higher than they are now.
The water levels are lower than they were a few years ago. It's got a lot of water action, but nothing coming up on the roadway anymore. The park did a great job of re-diverting things, so keeps that from happening as often.
And that certainly is good to know. The park, though, will remain closed through this evening and will reopen when officials decide that it's safe and clear for visitors. Live in the studio, Lisa Adams, Erie News Now.
Lisa, thanks so much for that report.